All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how to create your own custom wallpaper for either your phone or your iPad or tablet or any kind of phone that they have using Adobe Illustrator, and especially the 3D effect using inflation or inflatable in Adobe Illustrator. So let's go through it. All right, you can see right here, I created one using my name. I created an image of myself using the picture that's online on that article of me. You can see I just created the simple shapes. The beard I did take a little bit longer with, or at least a little bit of time with. But I created one and then I inflated it to make it look like this plasticky kind of inflatable pillow thing. All right, let's go through those steps. I'm gonna go up to the top and I'm gonna click on new. So file new. And then you have the options. The more recent ones will probably be letter, A4 and stuff like that, but you have all these other ones right here. For example, you have mobile, which is actually what we want. And it gives you different types of mobile devices. iPhone X, the 8, 7, right? You even have the Google Pixel. You have Apple Watch faces you can make, the Nexus, Samsung. Basically, if you know the dimensions of the screen, you could even punch it in right here in pixels. But for me, I'm gonna go to, where is it? Here you go. I'm gonna go to the iPhone 8, 7, and 6. And then I'm gonna hit create. The next thing that I wanna do, I wanna create a background for it. So if you go up to Window, Workspace, like always, Essentials Classic. If it's already clicked, then just reset it. But if not, just click on Essentials Classic. So for me, I'm gonna reset it. And you can see I'm looking at my toolbar in 2 columns. If it's not, you could always click right there. Those 2 arrows will allow you to make it in 2 columns. Now my shape tool, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5th tool right here, you have the rectangle, the rounded rectangle, ellipse, you have all these different shapes. I'm gonna go to the rectangle tool and I'm gonna click and drag from the top left corner actually to the bottom right. And now I could click on the fill color and change it. Whatever fill color I want, whether I want green, this is more up to you at this point. I think I picked like a teal. No, I picked gray for my last one. I'm gonna pick this hot pink looking one yep, right there. Perfect. And I'm gonna take off the stroke, so no stroke, all right? So for your outline of your wallpaper, just make sure that there is no stroke on it, but whatever color you'd like. The next thing is the type tool. If you haven't used this tool yet, it's the 4th tool on the left. You could click on it, and there's a few different ways you could do it. You could click and drag to create a text box, right? You probably don't want that. You could also click and just start typing. This is actually where I wrote Gonzalez. So G-O, and then I hit return, N-Z, Z, I'm doing it all caps, A-L, return, easy, G-O-N-Z, A-L-E-Z. And then I go to the selection tool and I could click and drag to make it bigger. Now there's different things that you could do with the type tool. You can see because I have type selected, this pops up, my character. So I could change the font right here to whatever font you want. I would pick something that is a lot bolder. I picked Impact for the one that I did, but there's a lot of bubbly looking ones. And you could even, get your own from places like dafont.com or dafont.com. But yeah, you can see like there's different options. I will keep using Impact actually. There you go. Just to make this thing easier, I'm gonna change the color of my font, double clicking on here. Something this reddish color, sure. And again, you could change other things. You could change the size of the text right here. This might take a little bit longer. You could also punch it in. You could change the leading right over here. You could change the tracking and then the kerning. All right, so the tracking is the space between each one of those letters. And then individually, if you want to change the space between 1 or 2 of these letters, you could change the kerning right here. You could also have the paragraph. You could have it centered. Oops. If you have the whole thing selected, it'll do it to all of it. You can have it centered. You can have it flush left, flush right, whichever you like. But anyway, I'm selecting this and putting it here. And now I'm going to create a separate shape. You do not have to create a cartoon of yourself or anything like that, but just create another shape. Like right over here on the 5th tool on the left, I'm going to create a circle. You could do a star. I wouldn't do the flare tool, by the way. But yeah, if you click and drag the star, or if you hold Option, right? If you hold Option while you're clicking and dragging that, or hold Option and Shift, Shift stops it from rotating and it keeps it at that 90 degree, and Option stops it from turning into one of those like different, I would say like a chubbier looking star, and as opposed to like this more American flag type of star. All right. Actually, I want that chubbier star. There you go. Why? Because I'm going to make it inflatable. This one I'll just make white, and you could pick your own colors, of course. When you have all of your elements together, you could also download art from different places as long as it's vector art. But these three vector images, right? This one, and this one, I'm going to create into that inflatable effect. So I'm going to click and drag to select all three, or you could click on one, hold Shift, and click on the other two. And then you want to group them. So Object Group. That means that all three are now part of one group. If I wanted to move one, I would be moving all of them. All right. And then I'm going to go up to Effect at the top. Right here where it says 3D and Materials. I'm going to click on 3D and Materials, and I'm going to go to Inflate. Now you can see some of the things are still set up there, like the depth. I believe that was the depth from my last one that I did, but you could increase the depth or you could decrease. You could do the volume. It's at 100%. It's inflated, of course. Materials. I know that this says metallic, but even though it says metallic, it just makes it shiny. So it would be more of a plasticky. So right now it's at 0. If I bring this up, you can see it gives it more of that plasticky look, almost like a rubber balloon or something like that. And then the lighting, you could always change the lighting, how intense it is, right? Less intense. You could rotate the light. That's always useful because from some angles, like that one looks pretty cool. Maybe a little bit of height on it, right? So it's not so close to the subject itself. There's a lot of different options, right? There's also this right here, render and ray tracing, right? There's a lot of different options, which I'm not going to go over. This is more of a basic one, but that's pretty much it. I know you'll have fun with this. I know this is something that could be done very quickly. I did have my kids tried it. Yeah, my daughter's 11, my son, you know, like they both tried it. They were able to do it. I know you guys will have fun with this. So enjoy.